Hi everyone, welcome to the Blades in the Dark Q&A live from PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Welcome! You probably know who all of us are, but brief introduction, I'm Frank and I GM on Blades in the Dark.
Oh, I'm Hannah and I also jam on Blades in the Dark and Icewind Dale Cold-Blooded. So, yeah.
You GM
you
both
also
of those?
GM?
Oh,
Let's
no,
go.
I
A new announcement.
look.
Hannah is GMing.
Yeah, look, we're going to
Who do
switch
you
out
play?
Frank for me, so
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen.
What
Yeah.
character do you play in
What character
Blades?
do you play?
I play Enid on Blades in the Dark and Darcy on Icewind Dale Cold-Blooded. So, that's all I got right now. Is that, yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Is it not?
I'm Momo, and I play Thrill.
Is that it?
We're going,
Yes.
we're going down the line.
Yeah,
Going
I'm
down
just
the
saying
line.
who I play.
Hi
That's
everyone, I'm Stormbeard and I play Warden.
Hey everyone, I'm Mandii and I play Velvet.
Hello, I'm Tracy, Miss Magitek, and I play Falka.
You played Falka.
I played Falka.
Oh,
Spoilers!
Jesus.
You
We're
should
getting
probably
started
watch.
already.
You should probably
big-
watch a catch up with Blades in the Dark before you watch this.
Agreed, yes.
Because spoilers.
Yep.
Yes,
I
well,
Don't watch this if you
go
haven't
ahead, Craig.
caught up.
Hi, I'm your local barista, Craiggumz. I play Knight.
Needless to say, there's going to be a lot of spoilers. If you are not caught up to the end of Season 3 of The Blades in the Dark, you should not watch this. Don't watch this.
not.
Please do not
Why are
watch
you here?
this.
Get out.
But if you're caught up, this is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm sure filled with all the nonsense you're used to with this group.
Oh, it's gonna be filled.
Yeah.
Oh, something is.
Here we go. Let's get started.
Already.
It's getting spicy already.
This was the first time that we really played a longer campaign that was not 5e on the channel. So I'm going to start us off with a light one. What do you guys like about the Blades in the Dark system?
Do you want to go down the line?
Anyone who wants to offer first,
Okay.
chime in. Or I'm just going to call on you Socratic style.
I got you.
All right.
I
good.
got you, bud.
Yeah.
Downtime in general, just the idea and concept of downtime. I've stolen it and used it in other game systems because I think it's the best part of the was it Forge in the Dark?
Yeah, the Forge in the Dark
Forge in the
system.
Dark. But yeah, for me, it's the downtime and getting activities done in this like what would you call it? Like training montage type time system, I guess. I don't know.
I like that you can get shit done in a session.
Yeah.
So you're not
Yes.
like you don't
Yep.
spend an entire session doing one combat. You can go fight some people, and then everybody goes back, and we have some downtime, and then we go do something else, and then that we can all talk to each other. So there's a lot of stuff that you can get done in one session.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be
I think
bogged down.
the narrative loop really supports
Yes.
getting a lot of stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
towards the end of Season 3, we're actually starting to do like multiple missions and actually
Yeah.
being okay. But it like, because the system kind of gets out of its own way, it lets you just RP and a lot of things can happen. We had so many episodes where like, that felt like a finale because so much stuff happened.
Us
Yeah.
every time.
Yep.
Personally, I really like how much Forged in the Dark supports just RP. That's my favorite part of playing TTRPGs, so
Yeah.
that's why I like it.
I mean, agree with what everyone said, but
Yeah.
ultimately, like the D6 system is just like it's just
So-
easier.
It's so
There's no
easy.
math. You don't have
It's
to do
so
any math. It's just like,
accessible.
that's a 4 or 5. That's a mixed success. That's a 6. That's a success. 1, 2,
Yes.
3 is a failure. Like,
It
as simple as
does
that.
cut through a lot of the
Bing bang
noise.
boom. You know.
Bing,
Yeah.
bang, boom.
I like
Um,
dice pools. The dice pool.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah.
with the dice pools.
Exactly. Especially like like I think Bijan said it. Like when you go from like 3 to 4 dice, the chance to roll a 6, or I think you said it.
Yeah, the
goes from
chance
like
goes-
17 to like 2%.
Yeah, like 3%.
Crazy.
Yeah, it goes down a lot.
To fail that roll. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with all of that. And mine is, obviously, mine is, I think, how good it is with roleplay in general, but more specifically, like, we're going to use D&D as a reference point. But I feel like a lot of TTRPGs, you have a set thing, like ability set, and you can only do those things. But in Blades, I feel like, and Fortune in the Dark in general, you kind of say what you're doing, and we facilitate that. And the system supports that.
Yes.
Like, I'm playing a leech, but also I want to bash this fucking window in. I don't have an ability that'll let me do that, but I can. And
Yeah.
You're gonna let me.
You kind of say what you want to do and then figure out how the rules lets you do
yes,
it later.
and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I agree with everything everyone said, but just the amount that you can go off the rails, but the game doesn't. Like there's so much doesn't fall apart, which is really hard. So I like that it really is player driven, everyone kind of like takes a part in running the game in a weird way, kind of. So that's nice.
Yeah, and that is another great thing. I love that it is so collaborative with the storytelling. Okay. I'm going to do a little show recap because so much has happened in this game that I'm sure not everyone remembers. And this is not going to be exhaustive because how can I summarize 24 episodes of a show in 2 minutes? But started off with Hawksley. You guys remember Scumbag Hawksley?
Fuck that guy.
You guys brutally murdered him as he deserved.
And what do you mean? We had nothing to do with that.
You also had a little bit of a gang war with Russell and the family, which ended in a very climactic fight on the bridge, which was awesome. Very bloody. And you also met someone who has become pivotal to the plot, the Contact, who manipulated you at various points. Look at that face. Look at
So
look
much
at
joy
face.
when you mention that name. So much joy happened.
The
triggering event.
The Star from the Unseen, and Warden made the very impactful deal too that you guys needed to take over Charhollow, which now has kind of been successful with Bazo, I believe, originally.
Correct. Yes.
But then in season 2, that guy got deaded at the end of season 2.
How'd that happen?
He's around. But you guys had the war with the Ravagers in season 2.
We did.
And poor Falka got her teeth kicked in by Mara, which that sucked a lot.
Yep.
You also had the introduction of the Reconciled with Beaumore talking to both Enid and then also Thrill a little bit as the Reconciled, and then you later freed him in season 3. Velvet got married to her mans, who formerly they just had an arrangement, the whole client, I don't know what you'd call it.
He was definitely a client of mine.
Yeah. And we also introduced the Tower, which we did not find the full extent of
Hot dad.
his relationship with Thrill until very late in. And then at the end, Bijan, who's upstairs somewhere, helps kill Bazobaz at the very end of that season. In between, there was Jira, who assassinated Lysa, the leader of the Crows, and then
At our party.
A lover's
your
party.
party, yeah.
At our party.
Yes, and that all that left the Red Sashes take over Crowsfoot.
Yes.
I'm sure that nothing bad will happen with that event.
No, it's only going to be beneficial.
And
for me anyway.
Season 3, we had the Acme anvils on the boat with the Craiggumz to start. I hated that encounter. that was rough. And then Mari and the artifacts, the Circle of Flame, you guys going against the Reconciled, actually killing 12 in Beaumore, and then the Spirit Warden fucking up Knight real bad.
Kicked my ass.
Yeah. But then you guys got your revenge in the finale and actually got rid of the Reconciled.
Kicked their ass.
And then, of course, we had the very sad moment of Falka's demise at Mari's hands, which you all found out. But it seemed like Mari might get her comeuppance, or maybe not. We left on a cliffhanger.
We did, yeah.
So unsure.
A little bit of a cliffhanger with that.
So all of that. What are some of all of your favorite highlights of everything that's happened so far?
Oh, that's a
That's
heavy
a
question.
big one. Yeah.
a very heavy
now we're
question.
swinging.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Favorite thing that's happened so far? I really liked. Please go. I was trying to think for a second.
Lots of reasons I like this. I'll keep it brief. I won't list all the reasons. Chessboard bomb.
Ah, yeah.
That whole
It was great.
chessboard bomb. That whole scene, amazing. Tense, sweating.
Yeah.
But it was sick.
It was awesome.
So.
I really enjoyed doing that one.
The bridge scene in season 1, honestly,
That's
is
one
iconic.
of my highlights,
It's
too.
an iconic scene. Professor Yin's animating
Yeah.
it, like, just added life to it, and that
The music.
is an iconic scene.
It also, that scene in particular, you guys were not supposed to win that, but you did with teamwork and good rolls.
Yeah.
And it was really stacked against you, but just anything can happen.
We
and
were on fire during
that
that
was
fight.
kind of a
Yeah.
turning point for the gang.
Yep.
I really like that scene.
It was a good scene.
I would say I really enjoyed, and this is from a gameplay perspective and as a mechanic, when Warden went to prison.
Oh,
And then he rolled so well, he like owned the prison kind of.
Yeah.
That was a very fun
you did
little
a Wilson Fisk thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Wilson Fisk or like
my
some sort of Wilson Fisk. I would put it like that. But yeah, that was a cool little mechanic. And now with Warden's skills, like going to jail is just like it's a regular Tuesday for him.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Stay jail.
Oh man, I have so many moments that I just love that it's.
Speak all the
Your
moments.
Yeah, the wedding is
The wedding
the
was
first thing
fun.
that comes to
Wedding's
mind
great.
for me. It was just so sweet and so nice.
Everyone kept wanting it to not be wholesome.
Yeah, everyone.
I know.
Nobody wanted it to be wholesome.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah.
wanted
I
us
would
to have a
argue there
wholesome
was
thing.
still some not wholesome at that.
There
fucking
was,
wedding.
but it was subtle.
It was
subtle.
it was on
Yeah.
the peripheral.
Yeah.
The wedding
Yeah.
itself
It was in the
wholesome.
background. if
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
It was just nice to have a nice moment that wasn't necessarily all just people scheming and
Yeah,
stabbing
but
each
I
other
guess
in
you
the
guys
back.
did find out that something that did happen at the wedding was Jira getting threatened by Jira and Monty getting threatened by
The
Pearl's
tower?
daddy. Yeah. Yeah.
Mine was less wholesome, but it was when Knight came in and confronted Warden about Falka dying.
Oh my god.
With the gun when he
Yeah. Yeah.
That's such a
great
good moment.
With and it was awesome because I was like, I'm not really gonna load this gun just in case things get. Oh, it's getting there. Oh, we're getting it. Oh, it is a lot.
I think my favorite part was you were just like, Chris, I have an idea, and I was like, let's ride this train. And then we just off the cuff that whole scene.
That whole scene,
Yeah.
nothing was planned. I
That was
just
so
like,
much
yeah.
trust that you guys actually were
And-
able
but
to
it
do
turned out
that,
so
and it turned
good.
out so
Yeah.
well. I was really happy.
And then mechanics wise, kicking that Spirit Warden's ass with all that cool shit at the end of the season.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was fun.
another moment I really loved was when Velvet had a conversation with Warden about his political aspirations.
Oh,
And
yes.
then the next conversation she had with Thrill immediately after that same
Same
day
thing.
was the same thing. And I was just like,
How do you do,
looks in
fellow
camera.
political schemers?
it's all going according to plan. That's exactly what I wanted the whole time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Knight, I can vote. What
I
the-
think
what do you
everyone's
mean?
had a good like speech moment.
We
Yours,
love
actually yours in particular, with the rats on the ship.
Oh, the
scared
rats
shit.
on the
That
ship.
scared
The rats
me.
on the ship.
That was
That was
so.
Do I
I can't believe
need
that
to
was
look
improv.
Do I need to get a cat?
So fucking menacing.
You said that was off the cuff.
That was
right?
off the
Scared.
cuff.
I was scared.
That's a crazy
That's
speech
good.
to be off the cuff.
But
That's great.
there's
So
been
yeah,
a few
just-
good
absolutely
ones.
just threatening
Velvet
each
had a
other is
great
what we
speech
love to
when she
do.
was drunk. That was great.
Oh,
her
yeah.
drunken
Her
speech was
drunken
good.
speech.
Yeah, the drunken speech was
Thrills
great.
had
Oh.
some moments where I'm like, oh, you're actually scary.
Oh, embodying drunk Velvet was very fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
I
have
really
to
enjoyed
say, I just wanted to say it now because we're probably gonna forget. Your evolution with Edin has been stunning. Ooh, stunning.
Stunning.
Stolen.
We actually have a specific QA question about that later.
Okay,
that we'll
okay.
get to,
But like the evolution of Edin
yes.
coming in, like when we first did it, I was kind of like, where are we going with this? Like,
Same.
yeah, like she's just like splitting her soul, and then this inner conflict with Edin and Enid has become like a new staple of like the story of just like
Yeah,
what's
it
gonna
really
happen
has.
with these two.
And
Shit
that's what's so
wild.
interesting. Like the Blades book encourages you to like make something not fleshed out and then find out what happens. And I feel like that, like we did not have that much for Enid at the start, but she took ritual really early on, and then she kept coming up with these crazier and crazier
Yeah.
things.
It's a fun
She was
mechanic.
like, "What would happen if I do this?" And I'm like, "That sounds great." And it's just evolved. So now that we have Edin pretending to be Enid, it's just
That's full face off.
yeah, it is face off
Yeah.
basically. It's so
Um,
good.
and just because he just walked down the stairs, episode two was a zeal. Oh, I could have stopped that entire thing because I have the potion that silences all sound. Yeah, literally kills the two family members in the
Yes.
alleyway, and then
Marlo
next
and Brill.
episode it was like, oh,
That's funny.
we could have silenced all that.
But it's so much more fun when you don't.
Exactly.
It
but,
is,
but
yeah.
like everything
good.
up
Yes.
until this point has resonated from that single shot in that
Yes.
alley, essentially.
You going to jail eventually
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
traced back to that
Exactly.
too. Yeah. That is another thing. Oh, we didn't mention. I love in this system, and it's so hard for me to go back, not planning. and just going right
Doing
to it and not
Do
having
the
to spend
thing.
an hour going through every eventuality because something will always go wrong anyway,
Even
and
though
trying
we
to
all want a plan.
outsmart your GMs. Just nope. There's none of that. You'll either something goes wrong, something goes really wrong, or everything goes right.
And the I almost said the come out roll. We're not playing craps. The
Come out roll.
yeah.
Excuse
the
Outcome?
engagement roll.
Engagement
Yeah,
roll.
the engagement roll
Love it.
is just like risky, controlled, or desperate, right? Is that what
Yeah.
it is? Yeah. And that immediately sets the tone in your brain of
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this is desperate. Okay, we gotta play a little
Gotta play
slower.
fast.
gotta-
Yeah.
Or slower, yeah,
Yeah.
you know. 'cause
Or you can be like Knight and Falka and just go balls.
Fast
to the
and
wall.
loose.
Fast and
Yeah.
loose.
Yeah.
We can go for it.
F that up real bad.
That was
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, I have also my favorite part of the campaign. It's not one moment, but it's just all your guys scheming with and against each other has
Hello,
been
political schemers.
A lot of
I,
really,
I don't know what
really
y'all
good.
talking about.
There's so much.
You play this game to
Scheming.
scheme?
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
We're supposed to scheme?
You're not supposed
you
to do
mean?
anything.
Oh man,
Your job is to put guns to the head
that's
of the
right.
schemers.
That's right. I just stop the schemers.
That's us.
Yeah.
That's your job.
We stop
Yeah.
schemes.
The next thing I wanted to ask all of you, thank you, Momobee, for doing the art for the game.
Thank you.
It has all been wonderful, but with that, the art has given life to all the NPCs we have. Who are some of your favorite NPCs to interact with?
For Momo specifically or everyone?
For everyone.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But if anyone has any in mind.
I'll start on an art question. Why not? It's a little biased. I like drawing the tower. He's hot. He's my dad.
What a statement.
a snippet of
What everyone says about their father. You know?
Too late. Too late. It's already happening.
And let me pick a lady one. A lady. I also really like Sarah's art from the Dimmer
Yes.
Sisters. I love her art specifically.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I'm sad she hasn't been on screen as much after Edin kind of pissed them
she's-
off.
Yeah,
but
she's a great one. Those two are my
those
my
two are very
favorites. Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
Okay, would you give one?
Oh,
and it can be art or not art or personality
Yeah, it can just be-
interactions.
I love Ash in general. I think
That's fair. Ash
yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
Ash is
Yeah.
great.
Is great.
I wish they were on stream or more. But I'm glad they've been coming up more. I think lately. But
Ash is my self-insert, basically.
really.
Love that.
Kind of
Okay.
a little bit.
I like Monty a lot. I like seeing a healthy partner.
It's nice, yeah. Well, you have to have one healthy relationship
We have to
in
have
this
one.
game.
Just one.
I love the Dimmer Sisters too, though. I wish I interacted
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
they're dope.
Yeah.
I really like Bear.
Bear's
I like Bear.
Me
because,
too.
Excuse me?
um,
You want to look me in the eye when you say that?
there's something.
I hear something.
There's just something like not relaxing, but like this dude is just doing his job. He doesn't like he can deal with smoke if it shows up, but he doesn't want no smoke. He just wants to just sell you whatever he's peddling in, whether
Yeah.
it's drugs or guns or ghosts or
Yeah,
corpses.
as much as he's like a clock in, clock out, 9 to 5 drug dealer can be,
Yeah.
that's what he is.
He's just like, hey man, you paid. Here's your drugs. I'll see you next week. And then, I really liked, Bowmore.
Yeah.
Bowmore is good.
Bowmore was one of those where it was like,
He's fun.
yeah, and like especially like you played him really well.
Aw.
You
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that resonates with the character art itself when you can see this character art and when you first see it, everyone kind of builds a little profile for them. Even like they show up, you're like, ooh, this person looks like Tywin Lannister.
Yes.
He's gonna be like this short, strategic person, and then you bring it to life, and you're like, got it, you know. And then you can replace it however you play them. But I think Bowmore is one of your stronger characters that you.
I enjoy playing him.
Yeah.
I really
games.
enjoyed.
Yes.
Or chess
I
game- or
like the
chess
chess
together.
games and
Oh.
the analogy with Thrill. Yeah, those are fun.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you all know what I'm going to say.
Monty. Monty.
I love love Monty. I love interacting with him. I really like my Lara Clev as well. I want to see more of her, maybe in the future. The leader of the Red Sashes, for those who don't remember.
Spoiler, my Lara Clev and the Red Sashes will be back.
Oh.
Yes.
We've been spoiled.
And of course, I'm so biased. I love Ash a lot. And the Contact,
Ash,
of course.
Ash, for those who don't know, is a Mandii and me co-creation.
Yeah.
We made Ash
Oh,
together.
sorry, Jason. I love Mara.
Oh,
I love Mara.
Mara's
Like
great.
her just brashness and just like to thrill. Like, so you want to go fuck? You know? Like, what are you doing here? I just came to see you. Came to see me. No, you want to go fucking bang? You know, like, we're not hanging out.
Yeah, no, that's not what we're here for.
Yeah. And then
She knows what she wants.
Yeah.
she knows what she wants, and it is how it is. She is
Exactly.
very
What you see is
simple.
what you
She's
get.
just what you see
Sometimes
is what
it's
you
nice,
get with
Yeah.
her.
You know?
Yep.
She's not a political schemer.
Love that. We love to see it.
Not Mara, Mari.
Mari.
Mari. I always mix them up.
I should not have done that,
Damn it.
but it's,
Why did you give us a Mara
The
and
Mari
a
art,
Mari?
dude.
And also Pritchard's dead wife, his name is Mara as well.
Oh my
so, like,
gosh,
the whole
there's so many Maras.
Yeah.
Mari, her demon art. I remember there was one week we tweeted that art as like the promotion
The
art
Booba one?
for
Yeah.
The
Like the
booba.
succubus. art.
Yes,
Oh, that
yes. And we tweeted it on our
Good
account.
job,
And I was
Momo.
like,
With that.
is this a little much for Twitter? Like, I was
You
like,
gotta pull in the.
Twitter's the one place where
can
to
we
laugh.
retweet this like on our account?
Yes.
And it is our best performing.
And it
tweet.
was one of our best performing so
The
that's
people want.
The-
That's
we
a
know
sex
what the
sell.
people want.
So, yeah.
People want the booba.
Yeah,
Really
she
of the
is an
demon
awful,
variety.
despicable,
That
horrible
bitch.
character that I like
That
playing.
slimy
And
bitch.
she's hot
Not
as
that
hell.
slimy
And she's
bitch.
hot.
Yeah.
I hate her.
Y'all, you know I'm gonna pick Winnie.
I have enjoyed Winnie
We
too.
love
Winnie's
Winnie.
the best.
When Frank and Craig just both popped off as Knight and Winnie, that was one of those. Like, everyone just like sat back. And
We were just like, yeah.
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 Tell us more.
Gossiping about Thrill
Yeah,
with
the
Knight
whole
as
time.
Winnie was so fun.
Switching the dialects
Switching the
too.
dialect,
That was
yeah.
a lot of
That
fun.
was good.
I get to get in touch with another part of me.
And then
Yeah.
I would say the second one would be Yo Mammy.
Oh yeah.
The interaction.
Oh my God, that
even though it was
scene
so
broke my
small,
heart.
I know Frank cried.
I did. I was in the character.
even though it's
Yeah.
that
I
one,
cried in the scene with Falka, and I cried in the scene with Knight.
That- that was like I was like, oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That was so
So
good.
those
Yeah. It was.
That was I really enjoyed the fact that after you found her at the park and found out Falka's dead, and like
Aw.
Craig messaged me and he's like, "Can I have a new vice?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what do you want?" And he's like, "I want an obligation vice to visit Falka's mom."
Yeah.
And I was like,
so
"That's
cute.
actually like so sweet and makes total sense." And, I'm like, "Yeah."
That's
So
one
in
of those
character.
where it's just like I can't say no to that.
No, that's
Imagine the demon I would be if I said no. That's you can't do that.
No.
If you put your
Great.
GM in
Right.
a corner like that, you get whatever you want.
Right.
Well, my GMing style, which we'll get into later, because I got a bunch of these questions from people, is I try not to say no. I just try to make it fit to,
Yes,
make it
and.
fit the narrative and the game, and try to give the players what they want in a way that'll make sense. And in the end, interesting and hard player choices makes for a better game, because you guys end up torturing each other later over all the choices that you've made.
Absolutely.
You don't have to go after your players. Eventually, they'll fuck themselves over,
But
regardless.
we're real good at that.
We're amazing at
Yeah,
that.
we are.
Here we are.
Before we get to the Q&As, I have one last question
Oh.
for all of you. Is where do you think the game is going in Season 4 and maybe Season 5, if that exists? And where do you want it to go?
Wait, Momo, you already know?
Oh, I got some
Yeah.
wild
Wait,
fucking
where's it
theories.
going?
Political scheming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Well,
okay.
obviously, it's gonna go. Here's how it's gonna go. All right, let me write it down.
The floor is yours.
Let me tell y'all a thing.
Yeah.
All right, Mayor Carcetti.
One thing about me
Nice.
is I'm gonna get what I want.
Oh, okay.
there you go.
There we go.
Here we go.
Thus proven so far, have I not gotten everything I wanted?
Everything?
Everything.
Is this Momo or is this Thrill?
What are we
Sorry.
talking to right now?
Where's the
Sorry.
There's the screeching.
What is it? Am I wrong? I'm gonna get what I want. I have my political office. The Conduit's gonna rule the city. Profit.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
I wonder if Warden's gonna come around because he's been a little too agreeable.
Oh.
Even when being super fucking menacing, so agreeable.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some standoff between Velvet and Warden, maybe at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, at some point,
Yeah.
maybe.
That's
I
common.
see that.
That's
They're gonna
common.
kill each
Yeah,
other, or
that'll
they're
be
gonna
fun.
fuck again.
All right,
I got nothing else. Someone else
Well,
go. I'm afraid of
there will definitely be fallout from the boat trip
Oh.
at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my theories are at.
Most
But
def.
also, Momo, only one of you can get what you want between you and Warden. Because we have now had subtle hints at what Warden's plans are. And it doesn't involve political prosperity.
But I've already got what I will.
Well,
Now it's time for him to get what he wants.
now it's time for him to get what he
I
wants.
do owe you one.
You shook on it. You can't get
did.
out
You
of
did.
it.
I'll give.
So,
Look,
What shall transpire?
you'll get what you want.
yeah.
No.
We can have both.
Others,
Yeah.
others.
My biggest, like, just from the way that we've actually, I'm just gonna stop because this is this is
Spoiling?
No, this is another question down the line.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna rephrase it. I'm a little worried.
You're a little worried?
Yeah.
About what?
I think we're
What are
like,
you worried
we're-
about?
We're at like,
Icarus level.
yeah, we're at like,
Yeah.
we're at the climax right now.
Oh.
There's a come down.
There's a come down.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
don't know what you mean.
Yeah, no, come on, Pony Boy. Nothing gold can stay, you know?
Okay, funny boy.
it has been now almost explicitly stated. You guys got to pick who you're allying
Yeah.
with, the
Yeah.
Hive
Yeah.
or the Unseen. They're not going to let you guys do this both side stuff.
Exactly.
What do you mean I
Yeah.
can't play double agent forever? What do you
No,
mean by
not,
that?
Not happening.
Look,
You guys have
No,
given
I
up the
play
game.
both sides of the coin.
And
I
it's
don't
like,
get to pick.
if the Krakens think that they're just off the hook because they captured Mari, oh, they got another thing coming.
oh, they'll be done with.
They got another thing
Honey,
coming.
you got a big
as
storm
long as I
coming.
get to keep their hideout afterwards, I don't really care.
That hideout is
Um,
well done.
Sick
I had so
nasty.
much fun building that in One More Multiverse. My theory. Wait, were you done?
Yes,
Sorry.
please go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, I'm worried about the single episodes that we're going to be doing. Are we allowed to talk about that?
We can. We're doing some one-on-ones, one of which is going to be filmed this weekend.
Oh God.
Exciting.
I'm waiting for the point where you kill Velvet. I'm waiting for it.
Why do you think I'm not? I
I'm
don't
waiting
think
for
you
it.
do that.
I'm
That's
waiting for
not-
it. I've been waiting for it from the beginning because she's playing so many different games, playing so many different people, different sides of the same conflicts. She's got
Consequences.
She's got her little
Yes.
her little beautifully manicured nails in all of the pies.
Mm-hmm.
Should do.
So when
When does it catch
when
up
does
with
it catch
her?
up with her? Because it's already starting
So,
to.
in my opinion, the most likely character to die who has not died is actually Thrill.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I would agree. I
agree.
also think that I'm the most likely person to
And
die.
if there is stuff that is machinations that are happening in the background that might get you killed, there will be a clock that says so. And
Damn,
you will
yeah,
see
real
in
clock.
season 4, episode 1, there will be a clock. I'll just say it now. For you guys all to say
I'm
is
scared.
City Council backstabs Thrill.
Oh, that's smart.
Wait, I thought you were memeing. What?
Oh my God.
Hey, somebody help! Please,
Father help.
help!
But-
My boy.
I mean, yeah, there are a lot of dangers. Velvet is playing a lot of games, but it's not going to be out of nowhere. Oh, and she's dead now. Like,
Yeah.
you will see the danger coming.
You'll get a clock,
Yeah.
apparently.
I'll get a clock.
You'll get a clock. Or at least a direct threat.
I love how you go. I mean, the one who's most likely to die is Thrill. Matter of
also
fact, you have a
have-
clock.
Yeah.
Season 4, episode 1.
I'm also like wondering at what point we all end up having to go to the fucking Badlands for something. So I feel like it's just
Yeah.
been looming
No,
large
thank
in the
you.
background the
I'm ready.
entire
Okay.
campaign because Ash has experience in the Badlands. It's come back where we're talking about it with the Krakens.
Night does,
Is this just
right?
a is it just
Deadlands,
a looming
right?
threat in the
Deadlands,
background, or are we
yeah.
going to end
Yeah.
up having to go there at some point? So that's
Maybe. I
I
mean,
wanna
if
go
you
to
want
the
to
Death
speed
Ones.
up Warden's deal with Mari, that would be the way.
I'm very
If Mari
interested.
is
Well,
still
she better
alive.
die.
Is she
we
in
need-
prison? Is she about to be dipped in a pool of ectoplasm?
Is she gonna fucking die?
Is she gonna be like, hey, bring me the relics in jail? Because that's a whole other can of worms.
Oh, I don't want to be in
hope
them
not.
worms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Krakens.
Break me out, Warden.
I'm sure you guys kind of put it together. The Krakens used some of Mari's artifacts to capture her. So, the ones that they stole. So, any other thoughts before I go to Q&A time, friends?
Knight will go out in a blaze of glory, as he always does.
Ooh.
You're not dying, bitch.
We'll see what happens with that. What kind of blaze of glory? You know, whatever. It doesn't matter. He's gonna look good.
Is it your moral compass? Kind of.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But that's gonna get him killed. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's all right. You're good.
See that? Time's up for Knight.
Your clock already ran out.
That was your real life clock.
Yeah.
Not even the Blades clock.
Yeah.
God.
All right. Thank you, everyone who submitted questions to Q&A. We're going to go through a lot of them. People picked out their favorites or most interesting ones, and I picked out a few more to torture or make things better for people.
I'm sweating.
So I'm starting with Mandii. This one is from Minky.
Oh my god.
What was / is Velvet's favorite part of Iruvian culture, and how does she hang on to her heritage in a completely different environment?
I would say her favorite part of Iruvian culture is probably the fashion, and she very much hangs on to that. Especially because she's got a man who owns a great tailoring shop, so she gets to order all of the things from her home and wear them all of the time. Almost everything she wears is very Iruvian. So that's the major thing there. And also she hangs on to, her faith as well from her time in Iruvia, as evidenced in the little bits and bobs in her room. Yeah. Little creepy demonic things.
All right. This is a question for Craig, but it's kind of a question for everyone. Professor Yins asked, what events were the most surprising? So we'll start with Craig.
The most surprising event, obviously, was Thrill killing half the city.
Yeah,
That was.
What?
Sorry. Does that help?
And I just have to, and I remember just saying, like, I do not want Knight to find out ever, because that's.
Does anybody but Warden know?
No.
No.
Okay, it's still a secret.
So when that was happening, did you guys think that was a me thing at first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was.
It was a world, like a world
I thought you were just like, I need something to.
I thought
Drive
because
the
Maury,
Yeah.
I thought because Mari got her last sacrifice, that was like her thing.
Same. I thought because
Yeah.
it happened after she killed Falka,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
thought that was a Mari manifestation. Like
makes
that
sense.
was her
It's
goal.
like it was planned that way.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
I was cooking.
Yeah.
Y'all were cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she literally messaged me one time, and she's like, I have a plan for how to scheme. She's like, I want to make a plague. And I'm like,
Okay.
One thing about me,
and I was like, how do I
Almost
mechanically
gonna
have her do this? How big was the clock? Like 16 ticks or something?
no, it was 12 ticks,
ticks.
but because I have analyst,
Yes.
that
you
knocked
sped it
down,
up.
because it's a long-term project,
Yeah.
knocked it down to 10.
Yeah.
And I was making it in the background every time I was making drugs on screen.
And then when
it was not
she
drugs.
completed it, you were there and you were playing with the vial,
Yeah.
thinking it was a designer
That was-
drug.
that
And
was
if you
freaking
drop
awesome.
that, you guys give yourselves the plague before Thrill has the cure made.
Oh my god.
I had not made
And
the
you guys
cure at
were
that point.
definitely dead if you dropped that.
Did you make him roll a finesse roll to not drop it?
I don't remember
You
what
did.
I did. Did I?
You made me roll a
did.
couple
Yeah.
rolls, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Me.
Yeah. Mom and I looking at us through the
Internally screaming.
camera, like,
Screeching, ready to.
If you rewatch that scene,
yeah. If you guys should
you
go
can
back
see
and
me
rewatch
and
that
Frank
scene.
just fucking
Internally
scared.
screaming.
Yeah, we were terrified.
It was gonna happen eventually.
Y'all were, I was like, well, now I just want to play with this vial more. If
Yeah,
it's,
right?
it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
drugs. I'm like, nobody knows this is just
Yeah.
drugs.
You're like,
It was not just drugs.
Can I dip my bullets in it?
Yeah.
No, don't even open it.
No. Anyway,
Oh man.
Yeah.
But yes, that would answer my question for the
Anyone
most
else have
surprise.
surprising scenes since even though Craig picked that one?
Finding out that the contact was Thrill's uncle.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was very good.
That was a fun surprise.
you know, I'm sorry again.
Falka's demise. I actually was still
Falka
really
dying.
Falka,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
That was pretty
That
intense.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah.
those?
Well, not for
That
it wasn't a
was-
surprise
that
for
was-
me, but it
that
was a
was-
surprise for
Yeah.
Marty.
Yeah, to answer, that was one of Tracy's Q&A is, did you know Falka was dying or it was all going to happen?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know how it was gonna happen, and so that was a shock.
Yeah, I asked Tracy, I was like, do you want me to tell you? And she said no.
No. Yeah.
And I was
We
like,
had knew that. Yeah. Frank and I knew Falk was gonna die. I didn't know how, and he was just like, just be prepared. Like it's gonna be really intense.
Yes.
And I was like, okay.
So I didn't know going into that session that she was going to go talk to her mom before she went to see
that
Mari.
Oh my God.
And that made it so much worse.
That hurt more.
10 out
It
of 10.
hurt so
And
much.
if it wasn't for that scene, I don't know if Falco would have done what she did.
I think Falka might have killed her mom if not for
yeah.
that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like so wild how like one scene can change. Like
The
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Like-
you could see it on your face where you're like, I swear you were
Oh my
like, damn
God.
it, Frank.
yeah, like that was just like, oh my God. Okay, so yeah, it was a good scene. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, the proposal. That was surprising.
The
to me.
proposal was
Yeah,
surprising?
That was surprising. I was like, it could go one of two ways. He's either gonna give him an ultimatum, or they're gonna break
You
up.
have thought
or
he's
gonna
going
propose.
to give her an ultimatum
I've been
so many
waiting.
times through the series.
Listen,
He's waiting
everybody-
for horrible things to happen.
I'm waiting. I want.
He's
where
just
are the
a
horrible
good
things,
guy.
Frank? I mean, well, I feel that while Monty is like probably the least toxic character period in the game.
Probably, yeah.
I feel everybody has limits. So I was like, okay, is this
Yeah.
the time?
Is
Is
this-
this the
did I
time that she
cross the line
pushes him
now?
too far? Like, is this it? So it was still, even though I knew it could have gone the proposal direction, it was still a surprise in the moment for me.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It was
Warden's
the
always
song.
prepared for
Ain't no surprises here.
You're so full of
anything.
shit.
He'll just spin it.
You little bitch.
I would say, and I know we kind of already talked about this, but the surprise of Knight and Warden, and in his office.
That was,
That was
it.
something like
Yeah.
I didn't think Craiggumz/Knight was going to go there, but that was one of those where it was like a test to, I would say, like, both of our acting.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh shit, like this is, like we're on right now. And that was such a good surprise from an RP acting standpoint. But from a narrative standpoint, biggest surprise. I honestly like Zeal just like one-shotting Bazo. Or
Mercy.
Mercy one,
Mercy
like,
plus
just
Zeal.
just shot through the heart.
Yeah.
Down. And like I think that also talks to the testament that is Blades is one roll will end you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You know,
You
like
can get fucked quick.
Yes.
Yeah, easily.
Very
Yeah.
much.
or slowly.
Which you can watch on.
Hold on.
Hold up. Hold on a second.
Sorry, did we kill Craig? But yeah,
I was
just
trying
like
to say what you can watch on Rise of the Conduit, but I just couldn't get it out. Sorry.
but yeah, just like you want to do something, we want to kill Bazo. Oh, right, roll. Mercy rolled, I think like a 5.
Yeah.
And then like a 6. So
Yeah.
it was like
Fucking shot.
Zeal fell off like the scaffolding or
scaffolding,
whatever,
yeah.
and hurt his back. But like Bazo's dead.
Dead, yeah.
Yeah.
One shot, one kill.
One
you
shot,
know?
one kill. And also,
Yeah.
like, I think all the surprises come from those rolls, like the chessboard bomb.
That was the only moment that really surprised me. Was
Like-
that
like-
whole plan that you guys did.
Blam,
Oh.
6. This thing goes off. Fortune roll.
I'd
Yeah.
love to
And then
roll
you
for
also like having to activate it without anyone
Oh,
seeing.
that was stressful.
or
That was intense.
and you roll
Yeah.
a 6. If
That
you
was a-
fail,
yeah.
you are dead for sure.
Oh, yeah.
They're just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what are you
Damn.
doing?
Yeah.
And they kill me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Or at the very least, they take you're there, and then the bomb goes off, and they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say the plague because I knew it.
Uh-huh.
But as much as I want to, Levi being the reason that my life is shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That maybe it was just in the moment.
You
but
wanted
that-
to like him?
I wanted to like him. Momo wanted to like him.
I thought it was
I was
him.
like, no, you know what? No, we're working together. We worked together on the chessboard bomb.
Uh-huh.
Maybe this is a peer.
Maybe I got it wrong.
Maybe I was just being a little shit as a kid, as little kids, young men are, and no, we can grow up, we can learn from this, and then that all got set back.
Yeah.
It all got ruined. As soon as you said that, I'm like, okay, never mind, I was right.
Yeah.
Public enemy number 1.
Public enemy number 1.
Well,
You're on my shit list.
You guys
I
will
don't
get
know. I
your
think he's
chance.
pretty cool.
Yeah? Hey, we would have been married if that shit hadn't done that. You happy about that?
I mean, it was an explosive situation to be in.
Public enemy number 2. Just spotted.
Hannah, surprising for you.
Oh, just for me. It might have been early on, but when Mari was first introduced to Enid as the candle when the flame was going off and just in the room. Yeah, that was disturbing, Frank. That was a little unsettling because it was a great buildup of like having to do all the wards for the ghost, but it's like not for demons.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, game mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh no, game
This is not how I want to learn.
Yeah, Mari's elements is smoke and fire, so yeah.
That makes sense. That's good.
Ooh, is that the title next season?
Oh.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Something like that.
Question for Hannah. I don't know who this came from. Thank you who did this. If you had to choose one, which personality would you choose to stay in?
Yeah. I'm actually really trying to be unbiased the whole time because I don't know what's happening most of the time. But Enid's a little closer to me as a person, so in a way, yes, I'd root. But I kind of want to see how it naturally plays out. So I've been really trying to only do dice rolls to determine stuff, just because I think
it's been good. I've said it many times, but I'm going to say it again. You playing both characters talking to each other is incredible every single time. I don't know how you do it.
Truly.
It's crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And then to still get bits in while you're doing that
Yeah.
too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
It's
good.
like,
So
at least I don't shit in a barn. Look, that only happened once.
So
That's so good.
It was
Yeah.
so good.
Doozer Pindon asks me if it's not going to be a spoiler, what was the inspiration/motivation for this campaign? Which the biggest inspiration is The Wire. Because as soon as it wouldn't have been, but the second that you guys all picked Hawkers as your crew, I'm like, that's the definitive show for running a drug empire. Season 1 is very season 1 of The Wire. The next season is going to be, for those of you who want to know, very season 3 of The Wire. For you have seen.
Gotta watch it.
All right.
Watch it if you haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
But that is probably the biggest inspiration. But I also took a lot of cues from Dishonored, Peaky Blinders, even a little bit of stuff from Cyberpunk, kind of displaying like the bleak utopian or dystopian aspect of the society. But yeah, The Wire is probably the biggest inspiration for the campaign. For Tracy.
Point at me. Oh. Shoot.
Oh yeah. Do you have a plan in your head for how you would get rid of each one of the members in your crew if you needed to?
We're going
like
in,
this
huh?
question. I was like, oh, that's a good question.
I'm scared.
Well, I don't have I won't say like I have a plan. I will tell you who I think the hardest to get rid of would probably be Warden. So I think the easiest would probably be Enid, Thrill, and Knight.
Wow.
What?
In that
order.
Do I need to release something to play?
Velvet would probably
Ronnie
also.
the fuck?
No, Velvet in theory wouldn't be hard to kill, but the aftermath of killing Velvet would be the danger.
Yes.
I think.
I love this
But
question.
I just
my sleeve.
I love this question.
yeah. No, I just think about like the moment when Thrill and Falka were doing their little drowning experiment, and like
yeah.
that could have been, that was.
yeah.
That was there was a little moment there. I was like, this could.
I can kill him.
I
right
can
now.
kill him right now.
Right
The
now.
intrusive thoughts?
Yeah.
Intrusive thought.
Falka
A
Falka's
dark urge, you might say.
Yeah,
Ooh.
she's kind of like, I got the dark urge. So.
Yeah.
God, now I want to see like Velvet versus Falka 1v1.
Oh my god.
That would be like
Like
vicious.
an anime
Blades
fight.
of the Dark Death Match.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yes.
very Cowboy Bebop. That fight.
Drop it.
Yes.
For Momo.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, the last question was from Selimit, so thank you
Yes.
for that one. Yinami, Yanami. Sorry, I'm saying that
Yanami.
wrong.
It's
Yanami,
Yanami,
thank
yeah.
you. Watching you slowly morph into Thrill is fun. What gave you the idea for Thrill, and how long does it take you to get your makeup on?
Idea for him, as in
Idea for the character.
his inspiration.
Yeah.
The makeup. That's a quick answer. I've gotten really good at it, so like 20 minutes. The real struggle is getting into the outfit itself because it's a fucking 3-piece suit usually. And it takes me forever to tie the tie because, I'm not good at tying ties. But the makeup part, that's easy. And then his inspiration, I love playing doctors in games. Don't ask me why.
Surprise!
Yeah.
I love
Surprise.
playing like
Shocker.
scientists, inventors. He's very artificer leaning, so I knew I was going to do a leech. I didn't intend for him to be that fucked up in the end. That was by accident. But I think, I wanted to play someone who was a bit more scientifically minded, if that makes sense. Like, he's more on the doctor scale. If I had to, like, my other doctor, Cordelia, is more like, she originally is more mechanics based, and I wanted someone who was more skilled in, like, biology, essentially. So,
Yeah. And also, he became more social as the game went on.
yeah, I didn't intend. I think that came from just his background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Chris,
Mm-hmm.
do you think the Conduit are still hawkers, or have they become something else?
So, I think, this goes kind of back to the question you just answered with the inspiration. I think if you watch any sort of pop culture that deals with hawkers, like The Wire or Breaking Bad or Peaky Blinders, I think we're kind of in like our Peaky Blinders element right now. And while
Like the later seasons of
yeah,
it.
because spoiler alert, like in season 4 of Peaky Blinders, Thomas Shelby becomes a member of Parliament.
Member of Parliament,
like
yeah.
we're like literally like we're right there.
Yeah.
So I think while we are still hawkers at heart, we are hawking much more than just drugs now. We are hawking influence,
Yeah.
and we aren't assassins, but we've grown so big that we can hawk a hit. We can sell something like that.
Yeah.
But also, just like, and this goes back to what I was talking about was, and we're at like the peak of right now. All of those shows, if you've seen them, what happens when you get to that level?
Yeah.
When you
there's
hit the
always
top
The
of the
scheming
downfall.
happens,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
and then
Like,
the downfall.
Yeah.
Walter White's drug empire and The
Yeah.
Wire and Peaky Blinders now, like almost said Icarus, flying a little too close to
Yeah.
the sun right now.
Yeah,
So-
eventually those shows, they start off like The Wire or Peaky Blinders. You're seeing their criminal stuff at the beginning, but the shows gradually cut them out as you go on.
Correct,
Because
correct. So
there's just more
to
stuff.
answer the question, do I still think we're hawkers? In a sense, yes, but we are prestigious hawkers now. We have essentially evolved. We evolved what the hawker is, I would
Yeah.
say.
For Mandii from Virtual Bri, does streaming change how you play?
Not at all.
Yeah.
No. Nope.
I would say that's the same for me. I kind of let my reactions go when I'm streaming, just because I think it's funny.
Yeah,
but
it's more interesting to watch.
otherwise, it's basically the same.
No, I'm the same offline as I am online. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Craig, from Minky, which moment in the campaign represents who your character truly is? I have an idea for this, but I want to
Same.
hear you.
This
Well,
is
I want to hear
good.
your idea first.
You
I
want to
can
hear
steal
my
from
idea
it, yeah.
first?
So I can
I mean, I
take
think
it.
it's two moments that are related: is the Gun to Warden's head in the office after Falka dies, and then you visiting Falka's mom.
Yep,
I
that's-
think
that's-
that's what represents
Because
what
it
night is.
That was your-
it explains the same thing, which is like, don't bullshit me,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah, well-
kind of the idea. The same thing with
Yeah.
with Falka's mom, because like she was trying to say, well, just take me away from all of this, and it's like, no, you're gonna stay
Yeah.
because that's what your daughter wanted, and
Yeah.
so
And also, I would say your vice with Winnie.
oh yeah,
Like your vice gambling outings with Winnie is one
Yeah.
of those where it's just like
Low key, it's obligation as well.
Yeah.
also
you know,
obligation, yeah.
it's one of these things where Knight, yes, Knight is a cold-blooded killer / soldier. Like that is who he is. But at the end of the day, he's just sick of it all and just wants people to just be okay.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the joy of it at the same time, because that is the opposite of the situation that he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
And it's so much fun to
he's a
walk
family
into a
man.
room and y'all have like 15 plots between each other, and everybody's got a knife behind their back waiting
Yes.
to stab.
Yeah.
And Knight's
Yeah.
like, okay, wait, I went out for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. Knight and Ash have that.
I
in
went,
Yes,
to,
I
I went
bet-
to get a pack of cigarettes and I come back to this shit.
Yes, and I did not expect when I joined the game that I think it was like the first scene I had was with Ash, and we had that discussion, and I was like, oh, well, he found his homie.
Yeah. For Hannah, was Enid always the plan, or was Edin always the plan? Which I think we can definitively say no. Edin was not always the plan.
So good.
That came out
Yeah.
from
So
Ritual.
Nothing's been planned. The goats weren't planned. Edin
No.
wasn't involved.
The goats was purely because I left them in the asset in One More Multiverse, and then now Eden's in a
Ran
goat.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't let go of the goats. So yeah, no, none of that was planned, and it's been fun to
It's
see. where it goes.
literally how Edin came about is she was like, how can I make a ritual so that the spirit wardens can't detect my compel and other activities? And she's like, could I like create a copy in the ghost field that distracts them and convinces them I'm not there? And I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
Can I
That was Edin.
say, Knight loves the goats. Craig does not.
We'll say it's a little
because
bit
now
annoying.
Knight hasn't had more interaction with Edin
Oh yeah, you're
because of it, and I love the bitchiness between the two characters
Me
so
too.
much.
Wait,
Me
can,
too.
can we ask questions to each other?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Sure,
do it,
absolutely.
do it.
Wait, Craig, because you brought that up, who does Knight prefer hanging out with?
Oh.
On the spot.
On the spot. You know what?
I know
say-
I know
Go
the
on.
answer.
I know
answer.
it. I know 100%. It's definitely Edin.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
They
for
get
sure.
to catty, bitchy gays
yes,
together.
he loves Enid and would protect her with all his heart. However, to hang out with, 100%.
That scene where you guys were walking the streets of Duskfall being like snide to each other
Catty
was,
bitches.
yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
they were
incredible.
having a blast.
It was,
I
it
feel
was
like
a lot of fun to watch that. Radical Iron asked mine. What's your pet peeve? Pet piece of content that you prepared and the players completely bypassed? Is it something that could still happen? If it's a departed train, it'd be fun to hear more about it. There's nothing actually that the players did or didn't do that was like, oh, I wasted time. I actually want to talk about this a little bit more. For me, both on camera sometimes and also off camera, I'll basically like, and between sessions, I'll give like a list of bullet points where I'm like, this is what's going on. Here are the options that you guys could do just to remind them. And then they pick. And I have not made a decision for them in terms of like what they have to do. But at the same time, I make sure that I tell them the game doesn't stop for them. So stuff is going to happen outside of what they do, regardless of what they do. But like from a bigger point, I don't think it's a good idea to think about things in terms of your players not taking the bait. To me, it's like you should have conversations as a GM with your players and understand what do the players actually want out of the game, and then you as the GM try to make that happen rather than setting the track and trying to keep the players on it. That is my philosophy. Since you asked me, I'm just going to give it to you. I don't think about things in terms of I have a story I want to tell, now I want players to do it. I think I have players I want to play with. What story do they want to be in? So it's a little bit different. So there is nothing. And the only thing that I thought might get forgotten was the Craiggumz in the 3rd season, but I made sure to bring that up because I wanted Momo to know who blew up her shop because she didn't realize that it was the Craiggumz, and I wanted her to be able to have that revelation since she had told me that was one of the things she wanted for her character was to find that out. So I was like, well, then you guys need to follow up on the Craiggumz because that's the only way you're going to find that out.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, one of the easiest things to happen when you want like rails or everyone to stay in their not lane, but when you ask your players what they want from the game, then there's the rail right there. And when you bring that into the story, somebody's ears are going to perk up and they're going to be, oh, I want that right there. And then you're like, perfect, yes.
That is another reason to do stars and wishes, by the way, because you can say at the end of every session what you want for the next episode. Which I have used all of that stuff, and I'm sure you guys can tell. Useful. For Tracy, we already answered the did you know that was coming.
Yeah.
If you could ship Falka with any other character that you haven't been shipped with, who would it be and why?
Oh yeah, this is where I can talk about my failed ship that I tried to get to happen.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
But then didn't happen. Falka and Zeal.
I
wanted Zealka.
Zealka. Yeah. But I think they the first season definitely had a lot in common and had a lot good going for them. But I think now, Zeal and Falka are probably too different on different trajectories. Zeal's too goody. He's more goody than I thought he would be.
He has a bit of a justice boner.
He does have a justice boner. And so I don't know if they would work in that sense, but I think they have like the same like impulsiveness, and I love that.
They work on that level.
Yes, so I did try. I wanted them to be a ship, but it didn't end up happening.
Falka being split in so many directions right now.
Yeah,
stop that. Stop it.
Yeah.
There's a few different night and day questions.
Good deed.
That I'm gonna put into one. Who came up with the idea for the relationship?
Who do you think?
And then
no, look at me. Look at me. Who do you think came up with it?
So when Craig was like, well, it kind of started as a joke because we were just talking one day, and Craig was like, I'm gonna play him.
Wouldn't it be crazy if?
And you were talking about this character, and I'm like, OMG, is he gonna be like boyfriend from college? And then that happened. And then it happened.
And then it
happened. We were like, wait, actually, that's really cute, and it'll flesh out. One, I think it's always good, especially with Night coming in later. It's good to attach him to a character to get him like into the group.
Yeah.
Now he's formed other attachments, but like to initially start with like
you do want a hook to get people in.
There's the hook of okay, he's in the group because
it would have been like not weird or strange if he was just like a crony for Mara.
Yeah.
He just like turned tail.
Yeah.
That'd be weird, but since like you said he was attached to Thrill, that makes it a lot easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Easier to bring him in.
The second part of that question is what would their lives be like if the bomb never went off?
Ooh.
If the bomb never went off, they would have gotten married, and then he would have continued in the military.
Yeah.
And then probably died overseas.
And you would be an apothecary.
I would have.
He'd be a widower.
I'd be,
oh my god,
probably
a widower at this
a
point.
widower at this point. But I would
I don't know.
Be a doctor.
Yeah, I don't know if that was if we talked about Knight's like history with the military, but his father died. Like it's like a military. You guys know Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan, and how everybody in his family has. That's similar.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
we would have been married.
For Chris, Virtual Bry asks, how much of Warden's machinations happens off screen?
Ooh.
Oh.
How much of his machinations happen off screen?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
I mean,
Chris.
Chris always thinks deep about his questions.
very little, I would say. The ship is like the only one that comes to mind because I talked to Frank about that once. Like once Velvet came to Warden or told him like I'm going on a trip, and then in my mind I went like it was in Warden's backstory that he had a ship and all that stuff.
Boom.
So I was just I messaged Frank and I was like, can I call Warden's ship from the Dagger Isles? And Frank was like, for what? And I go, for a Velvet ship. And he was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's
so
really the
cool.
only one that happened kind of off screen.
The only other thing I can think of is you wanted me to make note of the deals that you were doing that had impact on things that would eventually happen.
Correct.
And that
Yeah.
I didn't
So
forget about
so
it.
for obviously, I hope if you're watching this, you have watched the campaign. But for Warden's deals and his ghost contract, it's a very interesting skill. And so we were kind of like, all right, well, is it an agreement?
The letter of the law or the spirit
Correct,
of the law?
yes. The letter of the law or the spirit of the law in terms of like, hey, we shook on this. And then they're like, oh, well, you didn't say this. And I was like, well,
And I was like, want none of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want that from a gameplay mechanic. And also, I don't think anyone... And
You don't want players to
it
get you at
specifically
each
says,
other.
like, on the first page of the Blades book, like, don't be conniving.
Yeah.
Like, don't trick your
Don't
players.
trick your players.
Yeah. And so, yeah, very little happens off screen with Warden's machinations.
Yeah, the only thing there was, and you guys will now see now that you know that, like, the lightning barrier thing is, like, he made note, he asked Thrill to make a bomb, he asked Enid to be able to ward against spirits and demons, and, like, Chris and I were making notes in the background, like, keep this in mind because this is going to be used later, and I have, like, a bunch of notes Craig puts together the previously, and I've got this Warden's master plan supercut planned out of all the different moments of the
So
campaign.
excited for
I'm
that.
excited for
I'm
that.
so ready for that.
I really try to connivingly spit Warden's plans, or I should say spin them in his web in the game.
Yeah.
Like everything, if Warden asks you to do something, I mean, this is for the players, that is for his own game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
That is just something to keep note.
Of course.
Okay.
Sweats.
I'm
No.
just gonna. Go ahead.
I think well,
Sweating.
to go off of what Chris is saying about Warden, there's a couple times where you said something like a few episodes back, and then something's happening in the game, and I'm like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, my favorite thing to look back is the "we'll take them all down a peg" conversation. with
Yes.
Chris.
On the dock?
Yeah, on the dock. That had a lot more to it than just that one.
Here
moment.
we are.
And that one, that's just another praise to Blades in the Dark, because you have two types of players. You have players who like to be reactive to the scenes, and then you have players who want to be proactive and create the scenes. And we have 4 of those players here who just love to set up scenes and rituals and plans.
Yeah.
And then it's mostly you being reactive to us and saying, okay, well, this is what's happening. And we can't go, what? How did this happen? Because that's what was planned. by
Yeah.
at least somebody at the
Yeah,
table.
I have clocks that I roll in the background for what the city is doing that basically is dictating everything. I'm gonna do one more that I got asked, and then we're gonna do rapid fire and close out because we've been going for a while. Selimit asked me, how do I get in character for NPCs and which one's the hardest to play? I have like one anchor phrase or character, so like the obvious example is Tywin for Lord Bowmore, but there's always like some inspiration. Like Bear actually is Tommy Shelby a little bit to me.
Yeah.
Not conniving, but his like very understated personality. The hardest character by far is the Tower for me, because
And it's what are your best characters?
It's one of your
Yeah.
best characters,
Yeah.
though.
but I probably because I spend a lot of time. He's so evil.
I know.
The scene that one of the last scenes that I did with Momo, where she was crying and I was almost crying, that was so hard because I'm like, I am being a total sociopath right now. And I was just like digging it in with like the jabs, and then I told the players this. I almost had to stop the show and take a break because I was feeling the bleed really bad. But I just took a minute and it was okay. That's the hardest one because he's such a bad person. All right, we're gonna close out. 2 rapid fire questions for everyone. Favorite ship in the game. Don't explain why.
Just
Just
say.
name the ship.
Actually, Thrill and Falka.
I like that.
Let's go. The throwback. The throwback.
It
That was a
died though.
throwback.
I was wondering where it was gonna go, and it just kind of.
I know.
It was okay.
That was,
I know.
That's a
That's
good
another
one.
good one.
Well,
That's a good
maybe
one.
Falka will come back.
Oh.
This feels unfair since my character is poly and has 2 partners. Can I say both my
Choose.
No, you gotta pick.
You must choose.
partners? Well,
Gun to your head.
I'll choose the one that hopefully I get to marry night and day.
Okay.
Night and day.
Night and Day is your favorite too?
Velvet and Monty.
Yeah.
Velvet and Monty.
I want to be evil and crazy. Enid and Mari.
Oh.
That
Because
is evil.
Mari
Enid.
throws Enid off.
Enid or Edin and Mari?
Enid.
Enid.
Because
Enid
Mari
and
throws her
Mari.
off so much.
That energy is interesting.
Mine is Velvet and Monty.
Aw.
It's the only wholesome relationship.
We do.
in the
I
whole
we
show.
love a
It is
wholesome
very
relationship.
wholesome.
We do.
So, night and day because I want it to work.
Yes, I also want it to
I want
work.
that.
It's
light
gonna
at the
work.
end,
It'll
Yeah.
work. It'll work.
After Duskfall is in ruins,
Then we'll be
and
okay.
then
Yeah.
night and day, Warden gives night and
Duskfall
day
in ruins, yeah.
his ship, and they
Yeah.
sail to the sunset.
And
Then we get
Yeah,
go.
Duskfall in Ruins. Yeah.
yeah.
in
Yeah.
true
Yeah.
Magic
Yeah.
fashion, we're gonna end on a thirst question of
Yeah.
fuck, marry, kill for NPCs.
That's hard. I would marry Ash because I don't know why.
Aw.
Aw,
This is
Ash is great.
Ash is great.
You kill him.
Kill. I would kill Mari, and then
You fucking.
Lord Billmore. I don't know.
I
don't know. Look, I don't know. This
No,
this-
it's
Next.
not.
Next.
I would like to state that this is not in character.
Out of
because
character.
Yes.
This is out of character.
Oh, this is out of character?
Out of
Okay.
Because
character.
in character, this would be weird. Kill. I'm killing the star. Easy.
Yeah.
I'm marrying Bear.
Aw.
I think that's.
I like Bear.
And I'm fucking the tower.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's hot.
He is hot. He is
Wow.
hot.
So hot.
Chris.
Here we go. It's always a pause with
Yeah,
Chris.
I think
Let
about
the
it.
man, let the
All
man
right,
think.
all right,
Let the man
Mandii.
think.
While Chris
Okay.
thinks.
I would fuck the star, marry Monty, of course, and kill Mari.
That's good.
Yeah.
We're pretty similar. Fuck the Dimmer sisters.
At the same time.
I'm not choosing. Okay?
Why not?
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah. Marry Monty, because
She's
again,
cooking.
wholesome.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
cooking.
And then kill Mari. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig.
All right, we're gonna fuck Mara.
Mara.
Okay.
We
Ian, just
fuck
like-
Mara, and then who do we kill? We kill the tower.
That's fair.
Okay.
And then
Bless.
we marry. Yeah, we marry Winnie. Winnie's easy to please. I just
Yeah.
need money.
Yeah.
Okay, now
All right,
Chris.
Yeah. Fuck Mara.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marry the investigator. Forget her name.
Oh, Selena.
Yeah. She's a cutie.
She's a cutie.
Yeah.
She's a cutie.
And then kill the leader of the hive.
Oh, Jira.
Oh,
Jira.
Jira.
That's she is scheming bitch.
She
That's
is
fair.
scheming. She is scheming.
No,
She's so
she
good.
killed a woman while she was in her birthday suit. That's not cool.
Yeah.
I was trying to fuck that one.
Yeah,
you know.
at least let her put her
She's
clothes
a
on.
fucking mastermind. She don't
Yeah,
gotta wait for
she is,
no.
yeah.
She
nothing.
interrupted my good.
All right,
Yeah.
Frank.
More on Jira soon.
There's a lot
For
behind
me,
that,
I think I know who.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I am also fuck Mara.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of Maras.
Mara's
Yeah.
pretty.
Mara fans.
Listen, Mara
There's a
knows.
reason I do
Mara
it.
Mara
you know?
knows what
There's
she
a
wants.
reason.
Yeah.
Is that our fans, the Mara fuckers?
I think I marry Selena actually,
Okay,
Oh,
with me and Frank on the same wavelength.
and I kill the star.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh.
The
Justify
star is a
it.
fucking psychopath.
It's okay, I still love
Thank
him.
you everyone for who submitted questions
Thank
for
you.
this.
Yeah.
This is
Thank
the
you.
end of the Blades of the
thank-
Dark
Even if we
QA.
didn't answer your question, thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you for
submitting
submitting
them.
them.
Yes.
We went
Yes.
through
Yes.
all of them, and
We
we were
did.
just picking and choosing.
Yeah.
So
we tried
have
to
time.
get some that had overlap, and we wanted to keep this to an hour. We're only a few minutes over. So thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Season 4 is coming soon in March, but we will be a lot of this crew will be back for Eclipse Hearts in January.
Yeah.
So you'll
Hey,
see
yeah,
a
your
lot
Girl
of
by Moonlight.
Girl by Moonlight
Yeah.
actual play. So thank you, everyone. And that is it. Join our Discord, follow us on socials, and that's it. Bye, everyone.
Bye.